A very warm welcome to RTV News, folks, and thank you for joining us here this evening. We hope you had yourselves a very productive day. Now, top of our edition tonight, these are our headlines. The ambassador and permanent representative of Rwanda to the United Nations, His Excellency Claver Gatete, has addressed the UN Security Council on the report of the Secretary General on MONUSCO and the situation in the DRC. Some of the personnel in the education sector demonstrate that witnessing the youth innovating solutions that solve the challenges in this sector, it serves as a positive feedback to the quality education provided. Glad to have your company tonight. Coming to you straight from the heart of Africa, Kigali, my name is Martina Abera. On Thursday afternoon at Urugwiro Village, President Paul Kagame received outgoing Indian High Commissioner to Rwanda, Oscar Kerketa, for a farewell meeting as he ends his tour of duty. The High Commissioner first began his tour of duty here in Rwanda back in December 2018. Now, the ambassador and permanent representative of Rwanda to the United Nations, His Excellency Claver Gatete, has addressed the UN Security Council on the report of the Secretary General on MONUSCO and the situation in the DRC. The Rwandan envoy reiterated on the importance of the Council, urging the DRC government to fulfill its responsibility to disassociate from the FDLR and ensure the immediate repatriation as stipulated in the Luanda and Nairobi mechanisms.
Rwanda remains deeply concerned about the ongoing collaboration and arming of the genocidal militia, FDLR, and indigenous armed groups by the government in Kinshasa. This collaboration and arming of the FDLR has been repeated by many of the members of the Security Council, despite the denial of the DRC Foreign Minister last year that there is no single FDLR in DRC. And he was saying it last year to the members of the Security Council, which actually sanctioned this genocidal militia. This is a group that committed genocide in Rwanda in 1994 and has been living in Congo, working with the Congolese government for over 20 years. And now it's not only collaboration, they are fighting along the DRC army, are also supported by the government in terms of arming them. I don't know of any legitimacy anyone would say when you know that this is a group that committed genocide in Rwanda and is being supported by another country. And again, you turn around and blame Rwanda. What is Rwanda supposed to do in this case? The disruptive behavior of these negative forces in alliance with the armed forces of the Democratic Republic of the Congo threatens to reignite hostilities and undermine any positive regional initiatives. Therefore, this Council should urge the DRC government to fulfill its responsibility to disassociate from the FDLR and ensure their immediate repatriation as stipulated in the Rwanda and Nairobi mechanisms. Madam President, as said in the past, the proliferation of hate speech targeting Rwandaphones, along with the killings and confiscation of the property belonging to Kinyarwanda-speaking communities in DRC, poses a grave threat not only to Rwanda but also to the Great Lakes region. This has continued for several years now with impunity, and this Council cannot continue to remain an observer. Rwanda gains no benefit from an insecure DRC and wishes to reaffirm its steadfast support for regional mechanisms, especially the Nairobi and Rwanda peace processes. Those who seek to exploit the conflict for personal political gains are pursuing a misguided course of action. In addition, actions by certain external powers to please the DRC government in pursuit of their economic interests at the expense of Rwanda are unhelpful and risk aggravating the situation in DRC. This is the paramount issue that demands the Council's attention.
Some of the personnel in the education sector demonstrate that witnessing the youth innovating solutions that solve the challenges in this sector, it serves as a positive feedback to the quality education is provided at. Prince Manzi has more with the story.
Fabrice Nyonshuti established a smart class platform aimed at easing accessibility of resources for students as well as conducting their revision easily. He elaborates more on its functionality.
A student who is enrolled on smart class has the ability to be connected to other students within their classes. That means if I'm enrolled in senior 1, so I'm connected with other senior 1 students. And then I have the ability to share what my challenge is and then get the feedback from my fellow colleague on the platform. And then we have teachers who come from 6 to 9 to intervene in those collaboration.
Nyonshuti demonstrates that around 80 schools are mindful and use this platform. Some of the students using this platform talk on its benefits.
They save time. Instead of searching things that you don't know whether you're going to find them on Google or other platforms, they are there. For example, the books, textbooks, and also different exercises, different revision questions, you find them there.
There's also kind of discussion forum, if I can say, where students ask questions and their fellow students from other schools answer and some teachers also answer. And I can say the answers from the teachers are more valid. That helps you very much in your performances in school.
Some of the personnel in the education sector say that witnessing the youth innovating solutions to issues faced by the society, it serves as a positive feedback of the good quality education provided.
If the youth is contributing to this level or like to this extent, now this is what is supposed to be the feedback from the education. The quality education means this. This is the meaning. Now this is what education means, or like what quality education means. If we are educating the youth, they are of course the ones responsible, the solvers. They are the problem solvers of the society's challenges.
Rwanda aims to increase the use of technology in the education sector. Apart from the education sector, Rwanda aims to build a technology-based economy. Prince Manzi, AllTV News.
Thank you, Prince Manzi, for that report. And now some of the participants who attended the celebration of the International Day of Democracy say that no country should teach about democracy that is suitable for its citizens because this is against the true principles of democracy. Olive Nete with more.
Members of the government and the civil society in Rwanda say that comparing democracies of countries, yet citizens of the respective countries have different cultures and challenges is wrong, and most of the times, most politicians in developed countries take this path.
Even though there are people that do comparisons, Rwanda is unique. We are content of the achievements made.
In democracy in reality, no country should teach another how to lead its citizens, because democracy is leadership of citizens, and any other country can't get to know the needs of the citizens of a different country except the leaders that were voted by those citizens. In democracy, as others explained it, citizens have the right to ask what will be carried out by the leadership they voted. This is a crucial thing that we truly appreciate, and the fact that those we voted are also held accountable, and we usually see this here in the parliament when leaders are held accountable of their responsibilities. On the other hand, some of them point out that there are citizens that are not open and at times fear leaders, and this truly hinders them from contributing to various programs set by the country.
The ILDP carried out research recently and revealed that 60% of all Rwandans in accountability will still have a long way to achieve that. 60% say that if their idea is different from the leaders, they cannot share it with them because of fear, or even they would not even dare to ask how they carried out certain activities.
The Minister of Local Government, Jean-Claude Musabyimana, noted that they will keep enhancing efforts in making changes that are needed to promote good governance and democracy.
That is what we usually say. We need to change the mindset in every aspect. For example, those citizens who are afraid of leaders, that is a problem of mindset because a leader is human like you are. And secondly, you shouldn't be afraid of sharing your ideas with them since the leader has the responsibility to assist you. That is why you shouldn't be afraid of opening up and sharing your ideas to them.
On Thursday, Rwanda celebrated the International Day of Democracy, which is usually celebrated every year on the 15th of September. Discussions carried out focused on inclusive democracy as a pillar to a sustainable development. Olive Nete, RTV News.
Rwanda's Ministry of Justice has begun a project to ensure that cross-border traders between Rwanda and the DRC get access to justice in both countries when the need arises. There have been cases when traders that cross into the DRC are assaulted and their goods confiscated, making follow-up difficult.
This project aims at strengthening access to justice, as you just said, to contribute to the stability and lasting peace in the Great Lakes region. It's a project that is being implemented by 3 organizations, International Alert, IPEACE, and Polar Institute. We all have our offices on the Rwandan side and on the Congolese side. So we work on the borders of Rubavu and Rusizi, and also Kamanyola in Congo, Ruzizi in Congo, and Goma. The project, as its name says, aims to give access to justice to transborder communities. As you know, there are thousands of people who cross the border every day for different reasons. We have students, we have people looking for employment, we have traders, and these people might meet some issues, legal issues, because first of all, a lot of them might not know the regulations, they might not know their rights, they might not know to which authority to go to when they meet a problem. And so to prevent that, these issues escalate into other tensions or even rumors and contribute to maybe weakening even the social fabric of cross-border communities. We initiated this program to offer free access to justice to this population specifically, and to prevent that, as I said, it escalates in bigger problems than necessary.
The income from the tourism sector in Rwanda is one of the expected factors to contribute to the raise of the local currency, which has reached a rate of over 10%, which is depreciating. Adam Squizera with more.
One of the major factors that some economic analysts believe that are causing the gradual increase in prices on the domestic market is currency depreciation.
So when the difference, the gap between, that's what we call the balance of payment. When the gap between what we import and what we export is widening, then it weakens the local currency. So that's one of the reasons, because of the food shortage. I mean, the poor food production that we registered last season, previous seasons, it has contributed to increased import in foodstuff from abroad, and that has increased also the demand for foreign currencies, which of course contributes to weakening our local currency, the Rwandan francs.
Over the past years, Rwanda's trade deficit continued to widen, with the recent figures of 23% in the period under review. The trade deficit, calculated as the difference between import and export, was drawn from an increase of 18.5% in imports bills against 11.2% increase in export earnings, as noted by BNR Governor John Gwangonga. One of the major factors for this currency depreciation are the growth of importation rate, which was also contributed by the 2 key factors, which are the increase of commodity prices at the international markets. Let's say, for example, the price of 10 liters of petrol is not the same to the one that it was last year. You understand that it increased due to that increase of prices as well. In the first half of 2023, the Rwandan franc depreciated by 8.8% against the US dollar, amidst global economic hurdles that continue to affect Rwanda's international trade. According to the central bank governor John Kangounga, this is the first time in 20 years that Rwanda recorded a double-digit depreciation with an overall total of more than 12% currently. Here John Kangounga believes a slowdown of this currency depreciation by next year. The more the economy performs better, and even the way the exportation rate grows, plus the tourism sector, that's why we believe that by next year, we expect a slowdown of this currency depreciation. However, in real terms, the franc actually gained 1.3% value due to high domestic inflation, passing the combined effect of weighted foreign inflation and nominal effective depreciation. Adam Squizera, RTV News.
Thank you, Adam, for that report. Top officials in the Ministry of Infrastructure have asked graduating pilots from Akagera Aviation to work hard because the country expects a lot from them. On Thursday, 12 pilots graduated after completing 2 years of their study.
Yes, this is a very important milestone to the country, the graduation of pilots. Because it's contributing to the shortage of pilots in the airline industry in general, and also in security organs. So it's a very important milestone we are achieving today.
The government of Rwanda has identified that there is a gap in skills in aviation, and that gap needs to be closed completely. And for that reason, they gave the mandate back in 2015 to Akagera Aviation to synergize all aviation training needs of the stakeholders in aviation, whether it's for Rwanda Air, whether it's for RUC, Rwanda Airport Company, and other institutions that work in aviation, or any other security organ that actually need aviation skilled trained personnel, to see how we can actually synergize and actually put those needs in training. So we have developed a plan in accordance to that, knowing the needs that is there when it comes to Rwanda Air. Rwanda Air being one of the most important one because of this partnership with Qatar Airways. So they plan to increase, for instance, their fleet, their aircraft, to up to 25 aircraft within the next 5 years. For them, if you increase your fleet of aircraft up to 25 aircraft within the next 5 years, you need pilots, you need people in maintenance to be able to maintain those aircraft, to be able to fly those aircraft.
Since I was a kid, I remember in my neighborhood, I had a neighbor. He was a pilot, now working in Rwanda. So generally, I would say he's the one who really inspired me to become a pilot, because we used to have some conversation, and I used to ask him what it required to become a pilot. And when the opportunity was announced by Rwanda, I jumped on it and applied and everything, and I ended up being selected, thankfully, and now I'm graduating as a commercial pilot. I'm very, very happy for making proud for my family, first of all, and Rwanda in general, because they have entrusted me with this opportunity, and I'm sure I'm going to use it to impact and to make sure I contribute to the growing aviation sector here in Rwanda.
And on behalf of the news production team and I, we would like to thank you for sticking with us on RTV News. Presenting to you the news is Martina Abera. Stay safe and have a great night.